Hey everybody, I'm Monty Mont.
I'm Nate the Great.
And the book of Boba Fett, episodes 1 and 2. We seen it. Okay, guys, we are here. Again, I have an esteemed panelist and expert in all things Boba. And we're going to get into it. The first 2 episodes of Disney's newest platform, if you will, their episodic show, the book of Boba Fett, is out. And following grand success of The Mandalorian and some other things they've been doing out. So here we are. So we're not going to really rate it yet because they're just starting out.
Right.
We kind of give I think there's 7 episodes. So the first 2, it's too hard of math. I don't know, 20-some% in. We're going to kind of give our takes and what we feel about it so far. So Nate the Great, I'm going to give you the floor, sir, and give me your impressions so far.
All right. Yeah, sure. Well, when I first heard that they were making this show, I was kind of excited. I didn't know too much about Boba Fett, but watching like the old Star Wars movies and stuff, I knew a little bit about him. So I was excited when they announced that they were making this show. Plus, it kind of gave a little break from the Marvel and superhero and MCU stuff to start focusing on something else. So I was really excited for that too, something fresh. And so, like I said, when this show dropped, I was really excited. Watching The Mandalorian, right, was amazing. I didn't know anything about that character. And then seeing Jon Favreau just really make that character a very lovable, person and character was amazing. So I wanted to see how he did Boba Fett. And I think so far, at least in these first 2 episodes, he's doing really well with this character. Like you said earlier in the beginning, we don't know. I mean, we can't really rate it right now because it's not like too deep into it. But so far, seeing his character try to take over and build his own, empire differently than how it was previously ran. It's interesting to see him try to, face his own challenges and do things differently. So, so far, I'm enjoying it. I will say though, it didn't have the same spark as Mandalorian. When Mandalorian dropped, the first episode just caught my attention like that, and I was hooked on it. I couldn't wait to the next episode. This is more like I'm gonna be honest, it's more like a pastime for me. If I get to watch it, if it comes on, then I'll watch it. But it's not something I jump on like that. But overall, so far, it's a solid show, and it's enjoyable when you watch it. But again, it's not something I'm like, oh my God, the next episode just dropped. Let me go watch it. So that's how I kind of feel about it right now.
That's a great assessment. That I feel is kind of, I'm not saying you're speaking for everybody, but I think that's kind of the tenor that we all have. I wonder, because it's I don't want to call it, I'm searching for the right word. See, we had the Mandalorian, and Boba Fett is a Mandalorian. So it's kind of in that same ilk. So right. Expectations are, we keep it going with Mandalorian, but it's not really the same thing. So I wonder if they would have just did like, I don't know, I'm just throwing something out there like the Jabba the Hutt story or the Han, so just something, a total different departure, but to kind of keep us in the same vein, you get this mindset, and I'm exactly with you where, okay, now let me be transparent, guys, because I gotta say some things first of all. Honestly, I don't remember much from Star Wars, and I know what you didn't. Here's the thing: when I was a kid, at my grandmother's house, and I'm not playing, Star Wars ran on a loop. Like it was literally always.
Oh my gosh.
So I've seen them, but it's like in my subconscious. So I was never just like blown away by Star Wars. I was just like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was younger, once the Attack of the Clones, I think was the next one that came out. That was a huge deal. Again, I was like, yeah. And then the rest of them kind of went down. So when Mandalorian came out, I had very low expectations because I'm not a big, huge Star Wars person. Mm-hmm. Mandalorian blew me away. And I was like, yo, what is this? So such high expectations. And then Boba Fett, it's like you said, when you watch it, it's good. Mm-hmm. But not just like, yo, what kind, like Mandalorian, man. It was like, it was almost, again, we don't have it very much anymore, but like appointment TV. Now we know everything now you can just watch whenever, but
exactly.
Man, because everybody's gonna be talking about the next day. You had to be up on that Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is some of the what is suffering again. Not that it's bad, it's just a different experience.
And I think one of the main reasons, and I don't want to put Boba Fett's storyline down because I know he's an entirely different character from the Mandalorian. His story is completely different, so it's kind of hard to compare the two. But if I were to compare the two, I think the Mandalorian, the reason why it was so interesting is because of its story. You know, this bounty hunter who's solo, you know, does whatever he wants, you know, came in possession of this creature, and he didn't have to protect it, but he decided to protect it, and now he's on this mission to protect this thing, and you know, still be this bounty hunter, still be this feared person throughout the galaxy while still trying to protect this. You know, he has like a soft side. And it was something interesting that we really haven't seen in a while before, especially in the Star Wars world. And so now that this story is flipped, and seeing another Mandalorian, but the story is now focused on him just trying to build an empire. I'm not saying it's boring by any means. It's just, at least for me, it just wasn't as captivating as seeing the Mandalorian and his story versus Boba Fett and his story. Now, like I said, we only got a couple episodes so far, and it could very well take off. Mandalorian's episodes, there were some that were good, there were some that were okay, there were some that were excellent. So later on in the future, we could see Boba Fett's episodes really start to like skyrocket. It could become super interesting. But as of now, it's kind of like just at a stable state right now, just to kind of watch it, just to watch it.
Yeah, again, just not trying to make it a total comparison thing, but again, you're right. What also just blew it away was, come on, let's be real, the Baby Yoda. Like, nobody saw that coming. I don't know if even Johnny Fabs and the creators even knew really what they knew. They probably had something like, yo, we don't. But I mean, fam,
they was not expecting that. I can guarantee they weren't expecting that.
Baby Yoda T-shirts and dolls and stuff, like the thing just, and so combine that with an amazing story. It, put it like this: had they known what they really were going to do, I guarantee you, we would have saw Boba Fett first. Then we probably would have,
that's what. Yep, I agree. Totally agree.
But so it's good. Now I'll tell you this: watching the first episode, I kind of had a feeling they were going to do this. Immediately, you see Boba Fett without the helmet on.
Yes.
Because the mystique of the Mandalorian was the helmet stayed on.
Right.
And I know that they struggled, like, can we pull this off where we don't even show the main character's face? And Boba Fett, you're immediately getting personable with him in a lot of his past. And I knew I had a feeling that was something they were going to do.
Yep. Same.
Interrupt. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was another intriguing thing about the Mandalorian. You had no idea what he looked like, and he had a code not to remove his mask, and no human see his face. And I wouldn't expect them to play that card again in Boba Fett, because they kind of already used it, and if you use the card again, it can kind of get stale. So I actually like that they showed his face. It did make him more personable. So yeah, I like that. That's one of the things I actually did enjoy, is that they immediately showed his face. I said, good. They're not trying to do a copy and paste of Mandalorian. They are trying to do something different, and I like that.
No, most definitely. And it's so you kind of, the first two episodes, they're kind of flashing back, and then they're moving forward, and he's trying to establish some things and taking over. And let me just really quick go through some of the cast. Boba Fett is played by an actor named Tamura Morrison. Fennec is Ming-Na Wen. And then there's some people, Jennifer Beals. You got to be old school, remember Jennifer Beals, but hey, what's up, Jennifer Beals on that? David Pasquale. So it's some people. Robert Rodriguez. There's a lot of high name directors as well. Robert Rodriguez, Bryce Dallas Howard will be directing an episode. Steph Green as well. So again, we're so early into this, but and so who knows the twists and turns. I mean, and again, I keep doing this, but again, I mean, at the end of Mandalorian, we had a Skywalker. I mean, I mean, what you want to do about that? So it's so we're not, it's not a whole lot we can even get into yet, because it's only 2 episodes. I like them, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to just not put everything in a Mandalorian prism. It's hard not to.
Right.
Well, we had 2 seasons of it, but
do you think that they're gonna have because Mandalorian did have some pretty big things that come up towards the end? Do you think Boba Fett is gonna do something like that? Gonna like really blow our minds with a character reveal or something?
But like I expect that. I expect them for something. You know what I mean? I don't know what, but these are because again, it's the same crew that basically did Jon Favreau and his folks that did Mandalorian. So their signature is that kind of thing. And so I mean, and I trust them. So I trust them, know what they were doing, know what they're doing. But it is different, and like you said, I'm glad they're not trying to do an exact mimic. But with that, fans, we gotta have a little patience because again, they just hit us so hard with Mandalorian.
They did. They came in so strong.
Yeah, they came in. But I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm looking forward. So I believe it's going to be 7 episodes this season, if I'm right. Yeah, 7 episodes this season. We're 1 through 2. Got plenty of time, man. I do, and so let me ask you this too. What do you think of Timura, the main character? What do you feel? How do you feel he is as Boba Fett? Do you feel
so far, I feel like he's doing his I feel like he's doing great. Like I said, I'm not too familiar, or I should say I wasn't too familiar with Boba Fett to really get an understanding of his character, how he was supposed to be. But I do feel like, however, the main guy is playing it, he's doing it well enough for me to begin to like Boba Fett. Like I said, every time I turn on the show, I'm like, man, this is really good. He's playing his part. He's trying to establish his empire in a sense of, I think it was the first episode. He said out of respect and not fear, like, Jabba the Hutt did. He ruled out of fear. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to rule out of respect, but also in a sense, have a little bit of fear with that because, with respect, you got to have some type of reverence. So he is kind of balancing that as an actor, and I kind of like it how he's doing it. Like I say, it's kind of still too early to kind of see how he is, but so far, I'm not disappointed.
No, yeah, and again, we're talking about a mysterious character that we really, so that's why I do kind of hope that they'll take him some places because we don't really know a whole lot about him, even canon, and so he could turn out to be a rough character. We don't know. Not got to just be, a white knight in shining armor. But I feel he's doing a good job for the character. He's got a good gravitas about him. So I got good expectations, guys. So we just wanted to hit you all with a little bit. The first 2 will probably come back somewhere mid-season, and then we'll recap it at the end just to kind of give you the full gamut of this whole show because it's still a big deal. Great timing. I love how they time these shows.
Yes, yeah.
Just got done with Hawkeye. It's settled, and like you said, we're kind of okay. Marvel now. Here comes Disney. Right. It's the main attraction right now, so it's something to talk about. So, anything else, Nate? Before we go,
I will say this: I really love the artwork that they brought back. I know Mandalorian, they had artwork at the end of the credits and it was amazing. They brought that back for this as well. And I'm just a sucker for these art scenes and screens that they have. It's so, I'm like, sometimes I make them my screensavers because they're so cool, but I'm like, man, these are some really nice artworks. And I feel like it needs to be appreciated more.
No, listen, that's a great point. And I'm gonna tell you what, I loved the Mandalorian music as well. And so I'm kind of, and this music is good as well, but man, it was so well. So that's why I'm like, if you go back real quick, let's go back. If you go back to 2 episodes in the Mandalorian, I can't even remember what was going on, but I was just like, wow, this is really, I just remember my mindset was like, yo, this is really good. And so again, if Boba Fett was just like a standalone show that we never heard of, I would be impressed. Like, yo, this is good.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I tell the fans as well, take off your Mandalorian blinders. Just enjoy it for what it is. But the artwork is cool too, man. It just shows you, man. They put a lot into these shows, man. It's a lot of work. A lot of people working real hard for this. I know Jon Favreau wrote the first 2 episodes. I don't know about the rest of them, but he wrote those first 2. So.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I don't know why I didn't realize that, but I didn't realize that until the end credits. It said, "Oh, he directed it and he wrote it." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. So he knows what he's doing. So
yeah,
guys, check it out. Let us know what you think about the first couple episodes. We will be back with more of this, of course, to come. Check it out. And then we got some other things coming down the pipe for the We See the crew as well. So appreciate you, Nate. Guys, know what to do. Always, man. Please be blessed. Stay sharp.